Dear students, in the previous classes, we were studying the uh, various kinds of the marketing strategies, and we have seen market leader strategy. After that, we saw market challenger strategy, then market follower strategy. So today we have another strategy, that is niche marketing. I hope that you have never heard this word niche. So first time it is not pronouncing niche, it is a niche. Niche marketing. So niche means what? A kind of small hole. So we can say a pigeonhole, we say. So a small hole. So your target is a small thing, a part. So niche marketing is a marketing in a part. So either you are taking a part, one product or one segment. So all those things we'll be seeing later. We'll continue. So niche marketing is defined as channeling all marketing efforts towards one well-defined segment of the population. To one population, you are catering either one product or one service or anyway. So a small, so defined segment. So it is a small segment. So there is one important thing to understand, that niche does not exist. You must be very clear that, oh, there is a niche, so I am going and doing that. No, it is not existing. It is created by smart marketing techniques and identifying what the customer wants. So every niche markets today, what we are seeing in the outside, so they are all creations of their own thinking. So it was not there exactly. Now baby products, who said that there should be a separate baby product? Their company themselves have said. Who said that there should be a separate stationery shop? So it was identified earlier that things should be separated so that we can attract the customer. Who said that there should be separate juice centers? Why can't you have only the restaurants? So people have thought that let us have a only juice center, so that what you call separating a kind of one segment. So niche marketing is a marketing tactic deployed to target a specific market segment which is unique. So there is something unique, and that only you are targeting. You might have seen, if you go to Mangalore, there is a only one there is a one shop which is selling only the pen and pencils. So nothing else. Pen, pencils, and items related to the pen. Not even the books they are selling. No other stationery. Vijayapan Mart. I am telling you the example also. So you see how they have found out. So they are able to do that. It's a unique way of doing that. Niche market is often created by identifying what a customer wants, and this can be done if the company knows what the customer needs and then tries to deliver a better solution to a problem which was not presented by other firms. So what exactly the customer wants, that you are targeting. So what happens is, most of the times the big companies are not able to cater to the individual needs of the customers. So you are identifying exact needs of the customers and trying to target that and reach out to them. So that way developing is called niche marketing. A niche market does not mean a small market. Remember that always niche market means, as I said, it's a small hole. It doesn't mean that it's a small market, but it involves specific target audience with a specialized offering. It can be overall. You see now, as I have said, one item you are producing, and one item you are producing, you are selling throughout the globe. So throughout the universe you are going to send, but you are producing only one item. I may give you an example that you are producing only a baby soap, nothing else you are producing, but that baby soap you are selling to every place. Now there are a small, what you call food producers. I know there is a food producer in Mangalore, nothing else he produces only one item, that is parota, but he is selling that parota to whole Mangalore, to the hotels and all, everywhere. You see, it doesn't mean that he is having a small business. The business is large, but item is only one. That is called niche marketing. So it doesn't mean always it's a small market. He may have a vast coverage. By doing so, the company becomes a market leader, and it becomes possible for other firms to enter that particular segment. For example, there are various cinema halls across India, but there are few which have recliner seats to offer. You see, now there are so many, what you call, so many theaters, but there are a few theaters where give you a facility of recliner seats. That means, okay, majority people may not prefer, but there are a few who wants to have a exceptional seating facility. So for them you give a better luxury facility, to others give a normal facility. That way, okay, that also in another way you can start have a theater halls where you can give a cheapest facility, means no air conditioning, no proper seating, just a hall and a proper visual. So people who wants to go for a cheapest thing, you can go with that. So you can think of varieties of niche marketing. So it's not that as I've said, niche doesn't exist, so you are creating by your thinking. So in the future you also can think of something unique. So there are various advantages of niche marketing. One of the benefits of niche market is that there is no or little competition under that segment. See, there is no much competition, only little competition, because the you are targeted that particular point. Okay, sometimes what happens is, because you have entered, somebody else also may start, then competition begins. Otherwise, actually, when you are targeting a particular and you are growing, then there is no much competition. And usually there are no much competition for a niche marketers, because what happens is, the moment they also start, they are aware that first of all it is a small business he is having, and if I to start, then the business will be shared, and we may not have a high profit. Therefore, people may not venture into that. So the company is virtually the market leader and enjoys price monopoly. The competition is less because he is enjoying the market monopoly, because that particular item he only producing. Now, as I have said, in Mangalore one company is producing parota. That means that company is producing a good quality of the parota where nobody else is come, and also he is able to provide you at a cheapest rate, because his production is a high scale where others cannot enter there. Another benefit is the strong relationship with the customers, because of the fact that the company operates in a small segment. The relationship between the company and the brand becomes stronger, which is also a key to customer loyalty. So it's a small kind of the business, so that customers and all customers, employees are relationship very clear. Then niche business are often high margins business. So customers do not mind paying a little extra, because they are only able to get that service in that company or under its brand. Sometimes that company, that brand is only providing a particular service, then they don't bother of paying any amount. Now we know that Apple computers were of highly cost, because they had selling proposition saying that their company, their computers will not be affected by the virus, so that people were ready to pay any kind of. See, there were so many companies, but the Apple company was preferred. So that way, unique something they should have. So niches, there are how you can niche your market. Various types of the niches are there. Niches are small firms that target small markets of little or no interest to larger firms. So larger firms are not interested actually what you are doing. So usually the segments selected by niches are ignored by leaders and broad market firms. So niches are the things that are forgotten or left out by the large marketers. So, but these firms can be highly profitable through market niching. So, the niche specializations include what all kinds of the niches you can have. End user segments. So, specializing on a particular end user segment. Example, software firms supply law firm related software. What do you call law firm? So, what do you call softwares to the law firms? So, what it says is, you are producing a product such that end user themselves will buy and use it. Another is vertical segments concentrated at a level in the production distribution value chain. So producing and distribution value chain is looked after by you. Vertical segments from one production till the end completely you are looking after. Then customer size segments, selling either to small, medium size or large customers. Generally niche firms supply to small customers neglected by large companies. So you are targeting a small group of the people. You are not targeting to the sell to the whole universe. So for a particular kind of the people you are targeting, not the large customer size here. Then specific customer servicing, selling to some major customers, even only one or two customers. Sometimes your products are targeted only to one customer or two customers. We know some of the bakery items. Bakery items are not produced in the bakery only. They are outsourcing, and a particular person is producing the sweets to supply only to one bakery. That means his customer is only one. There are many producers such that they are supplying to only one company, not to many companies. So specific customer servicing. Then geographical segments. So you are selling your products only to a particular locality people. So you are not going to outside than that. So you are restricted, and usually some of the services that are restricted to the area by government itself. Now auto people, they can't go out of the district, so only to the district they can serve. So that way, to a particular this one, what you call, when you are starting itself, you make it clear where your geographical location is to only those customers you are targeting. Then you have specific products, selling only one product or only one product line, but giving a big choice to choose in that product or product line to the buyers. You are making only one or two products, and in that you make a choice to the people. So even in the items and all, in what you call, you don't have many items like, but in that you have a selection. Now cafe coffee day, so in that you had a varieties of coffee, but you are selling, trying to give a coffee line. So like that, coffee shops are there. Many coffee shops provide you varieties of coffee, but they don't sell you tea or juice, only the coffee. If you go to Kurgu, you will see like that. So that is unique products, one product, specific product. Then specific product features, specializing and offering a particular product feature. So you have a product, but to that product you will have a specialization. Now as I said, coffee products. So when you are selling the coffee, you have a specialized coffees. So there is a what you call, adding to flavors. Then job shop production, customized manufacture for individual, as you want, like that, preparing and giving. So usually now furnitures and all, furnitures are and all, you might not have seen many shops. What I was the carpenters will produce you as you want. That is a customized production. Then quality segment, operating at a lowest quality product or a highest quality. Some people are there, they want to have a what you call a substandard products, low quality, because they are available at a cheap rate. So some people want a high quality product. So based on the quality, so some may be having a good quality product, yes, but I will be producing a lowest quality product. It's possible. Sometimes a price segment, another. So you are selling only at a high price, some are selling at a low price. So I remember one of the food producer, he is a homemade products, he is distributing, and he is keeping a high produce, he is a high price. So he says, if anybody wants, let them take. I have no problem, but I should have a profit margin. So his ideology is, that is called price segment. Then high service segment, offering features not offered by other firms. So high service segment means, so your product has a high features which others do not have at all. So something unique or something specializations are there with your product or with your service. Then channel segment, serving only one or two distribution channels. You know, today online is there, offline is there, various mediums of the channels or distribution systems are there. Door-to-door delivery systems are there, or one-to-one selling. So whatever may be the system, now you are targeting only one style of functioning. Now you have a, take example, carpentry business. So you are not having a shop, nothing you are. So you are taking only order. So why by order, your carpenters are going to their houses and doing. So this is a distribution channel. Or there are other products. You are not selling in with this offline at all. You are selling only online, or your items are sold only wholesale. So that way, channel segment. So I hope you understand what all kinds of segments you can have. It means targeting one aspect of the product or of the customers, anything maybe. You see, when you see these niches, then you will understand what exact niche marketing is. So let's continue. So what are the factors influencing niche marketing? It needs to be of sufficient size and purchasing power to be profitable. See, whenever you are targeting a niche marketing, if the market what you are going targeting is not profitable or no demand there, then it is a waste. So one of the this one is there, it should be a profitable. Second one is there is a scope for market growth. Okay, if it is not growing, remaining there only, then it's not worth. So when you are starting a business, you always think of the future. So foreseeing that, that's why you require to think of the group. The niche is of little immediate interest to the major competitors. So usually the major competitors does not enter into. So you have to specialize in your area. The firm has the abilities and resources to be able to serve the niche effectively. So what you call, you should have a particular resources. Okay, you are telling that I'll be giving you good quality products, then your products actually should be good. So to make it good, you should have a sufficient resources. Then the firm is capable of defending itself against an attack through areas such as customer loyalty. So what you call, sometimes what happens, customer loyalty you have to obtain, otherwise customers may be diverted to other. So whenever you are having a niche market, now for example, you are as I was given already example, you are producing sweets and supplying to the bakery. Tomorrow that bakery says no, I don't require your products, I will buy it from other. Then you have lost customer loyalty and automatically your business need to be closed. Therefore this is another factor that customer loyalty is influencing very much high in your niche marketing. So there are elements that include in niche marketing. So many things or aspects should be looked after when you are going for a niche marketing. What are the aspects need to be given attention when you are going for a niche marketing? Just I will read so that you will understand very simple matters these are. Set and then aggressively pursue the goal of becoming the market leader in the chosen market. Now if you have started one particular niche marketing, then you should publicize in such a way that you should become a leader in that. As I've said, in Mangalore there is only one pen mart, so that they are selling only pens, so that everybody in Mangalore should know that there are all kinds of the pens, refills and inks are available. Define the target market narrowly. So whenever you are coming to the market, you should be defined narrowly what item exactly you are going to produce or sell it, or what kind of exact service you are going to give. Even in this carpentry works and all, there are specialized carpenters. Some are only polishing specialized, they don't do any other jobs. So carving specialized masons are there, like that. So define your target market narrowly. Combine a narrow market focus with a global perspective. Yes, your market is narrow. At the same time, try to reach out to a global, have a global view. Deal as directly as possible with customers across the globe. So as much as possible, niche marketers should not have a middle agents. So niche marketers should always have a one-to-one direct access to the customers. Be close to customers in both performance and interaction. Closeness with the customers is very important to the niche marketers. Ensure that all functions have direct customer contacts, because what happens is niche marketing is means what exactly customer needs and wants that you are trying to fulfill. And if you don't have a direct contact with the customers, it's not possible what exactly you want. So this one, and a connection with the agent or a middleman, that will dilute your actual needs of the customer. Strive for continuous innovation in both product and process. So yes, you have gone for a niche marketing. At the same time, your product and process of production need to be continuously observed and innovation had to be done. Create clear-cut advantages in both product and service and continually strengthen the selling propositions. What happens is have a clear-cut advantages of both product and service. What are the advantages of your product? What are the advantages of your service that you have to be given to the people? Keep core competencies in the company and outsource non-core activities. What are the important that you keep it with you? What are non-important you buy it from outsiders. Now you have a hotel businesses and all. You may be knowing that, thinking that everything is produced in the hotel. Sometimes parotha, then chapati they are not preparing. They are bringing from out. They are just baking and giving you. Even in the bakeries and all, some items they are producing, but most of the items they are bringing from out and they are selling. Then select employees rigorously and retain them for the long term. So when you are selecting the employees also, you must know, because you are going for a specialized line. When you are going for a specialized line, you require a special people. So what you call, now and then you are changing the people personal and all, that will damage your reputation and damage your business. Practice leadership that is authoritarian in the fundamentals and participate in details. So these are the elements in the niche marketing. Now just in a diagram where you can have a profitable niche, means if you are developing a niche marketing, you can get this idea. The Venn diagram shows the ideal combination for targeting a niche market: heavy demand for a product or service, high income potential, and light competition. There is high return potential for niche marketers who can research a particular market and find a segment that has two or all three of these characters, either two or three of these characteristics. What it says is high market demand, low competition, high income potential. When these aspects are there, then what you call, you can have a niche marketing. See, so this is a particular product which has a high market demand, so then there is a high income, then there is a low competition. So you are targeting high demand product, at the same time high income potential and low competition. So that is called the niche marketing. I hope you understand what niche marketing is and various niches which are there and what are the factors influencing niche. So this is another marketing strategy you can implement so that you can get more and more benefits of the products as well as in a business line. So thank you. Here I will close, and I have completed that strategies. So in the next class we will go for other aspects of marketing.